Selena Gomez has been hearing it from her fans about her boyfriend, Benny Blanco, ever since she made it publicly known that the two of them were officially together. But despite her expressing how happy she is with him, there's been a lot that's come with the relationship from the public, and it's only continued as the relationship has gone on. And recently, some public appearances haven't helped anything related to them in the press, as clips of Benny have gone around online since he's been doing a lot of interviews following the release of his new cookbook. And people are obviously asking him about Selena. They're asking about their future plans and all of that, which has now led to some conversations online. And of course, Hailey Bieber and Justin have been brought into the whole mess, as these three names just can't ever seem to escape each other, not even with the news that Hailey is pregnant. In fact, it's only seemed to amplify conversations surrounding Selena, which honestly, I can't be too surprised, just because, like I said, they're just always getting talked about together. But essentially, once Hailey and Justin Bieber announced their pregnancy last week, a lot of people were looking at Selena, wondering if she was going to post or say anything. I didn't think that she was going to be saying anything, really, mostly because they have all clearly expressed that they don't want to have any sort of drama, so you think that she'd be avoiding any sort of anything that people could interpret as a possible response of sorts to the news of her ex having a baby. Plus, who wants to comment on their ex having a baby? But she did have Instagram stories posted that day, and people were obviously reading into the things that she was posting. And one of those things was this photo of her and Benny holding hands. People felt like it was maybe her way of saying to people that she's very clearly moved on with her life and they should too. And people really felt like she posted this with that purpose, when it later came out that the two of them were not even together at the time this photo was posted, and that it seems to be an old photo. It came out that at the time that Selena had posted it, Benny was in Vegas gambling and having drinks and wasn't with Selena at all, which only of course amplified the conversations that she was sending a message with this photo as the news of Justin and Hailey was also coming out. Now, obviously, not everyone is thinking this way, but there were a lot of people talking about this, and the conversations continued surrounding all of them as the week went on, since Benny did press and was asked about kids and was talking about how he does want kids, and people felt the timing of him saying this was just really interesting.
You have no room for kids in your life, right?
What do you mean? I want to have. That's like my next goal on the box. Like,
Oh, no kidding.
I have a lot of kids. I got a ton of nephews. It's my I love being around kids.
In the same interview, he was asked about his future with Selena, about proposing and marriage and his thoughts on that, and the answer was a little bit different than the immediate "he definitely wants kids" type of question.
When you propose, you should make the announcement now. When are you going to propose to your very famous girlfriend, Selena? What are you thinking?
When I look at her, I do say, I'm always just like, I don't know a world where it could be better than this.
How long you been going out?
Almost a year.
Oh, a year. Okay. What about a ring for the 1-year anniversary? What do you got planned for the...
He did end up agreeing later that he did see marriage in the future.
I see love here. I'm predicting marriage.
You and me both.
You got a ring?
I don't have anything. What do you mean? I got no shoes on. I got to get my act together.
After this interview started going around, people were like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden Benny Blanco is talking about having kids with Selena Gomez. But some had also realized that Benny had done a podcast prior to this one where he was talking about marriage and kids. And in that interview, he actually didn't seem to want to get married at all. So then people were starting to clown Selena, going on Twitter and saying that it was weird and suspicious that all of a sudden he seemed to be like changing his tune a little bit about it.
Wild.
I know. Everyone's growing up.
Yeah, but we have to, don't we? At some point. This city makes you kind of delay growing up, but finally we all have to.
Yeah.
Would you get married one day or no? Is that not of interest to you?
I care so much more about having like a family than getting married. You don't have kids, do you?
No kids. No.
Do you want kids?
So Benny's saying that he really wants kids. That's something that he's been talking about since before Hailey and Justin went public with the news of their pregnancy. But some people are still under the impression that the only reason why this conversation is happening of babies and marriage has to do with Hailey and Justin triggering Selena. So a good majority of the internet is pretty convinced that Selena is just out here planning her life based on her ex, posting on Instagram and having conversations with her boyfriend that have to do with her ex and this rivalry. That I will say they have denied that any of this exists, but the internet just feels as though every time there's a big event or a big drama, there is something that is going on between the three of them. Some sort of hard feelings. Some weren't shy about their opinions, with one person tweeting, "Selena and Benny are so obsessed with Justin and Haley. Of course they want to get married and have a child together," a few days after seeing that Haley is pregnant with Justin's child. Mind you, he said he didn't want to get married at first. "I just know Selena forced him to." People have come to Selena's defense, replying saying, "You need to go outside and touch some grass. You are ridiculous." Someone else also clocked the timeline here, saying, "Yeah, let's cue the timing, because the information about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco wanting to start a family came out May 3rd. Baby announcement didn't come out until May 9th, so Selena literally said it first." Now, as far as what Selena has said about Benny and their future, there was a previous interview before the news of Haley and Justin had come out, just like this tweet reference, where she was, through a source, talking about her future. Elle published in an article saying, "A second source expanded, revealing they've discussed getting married and starting a family. She definitely sees this relationship going the distance," that insider said. "They've talked about marriage and having children and are very much on the same page. Gomez, who is based in California, is even thinking of moving to New York City to be closer to Blanco," that source revealed. And I will say that it's interesting that they're saying that they're on the same page, because the internet seems to believe that they're not on the same page. And obviously the internet is not them, so we don't know exactly what is being said behind closed doors or who the source even is. But there's just a lot of assumptions that are always happening when we're talking about Selena and we're talking about Justin and we're talking about Haley. It's just a whole mess, and I don't think that any of them will ever fully escape the conversation that connects them all. I thought maybe with the news of a baby, people would see Justin and Haley more serious, but that just hasn't entirely been the case. People have said a ton of things since the news came out, and obviously there's overwhelming love and praise and excitement, but there's also people who are saying, "Oh, Haley got pregnant to lock it down with Justin to secure the bag." And the other day, when the two of them were seen out in public for the first time together since announcing, he was walking a bit in front of her, and people were once again saying things like, "Oh my gosh, he doesn't even like her. It's so clear. He doesn't want to walk with her." There's just always a million different opinions going around at the same time when it comes to discussions about all of them. But despite what people are thinking, his mom is absolutely thrilled, and she's letting everyone know her opinion. She posted to her Instagram soon after the news came out, telling everyone that she's about to be a grandma.
"So I have been waiting for this day, and now that they have shared it, I can finally celebrate with y'all, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a grandma. Oh my goodness." Okay, Justin and Haley, you are gonna be the best parents ever. And I am so excited. Oh my goodness, praise God.
Now, Justin and Haley haven't addressed the public themselves. Only a source has spoken out on their feelings about everything, as Entertainment Tonight wrote, according to a source who spoke with ET, the parents-to-be who tied the knot in September 2018 after roughly 2 years of dating are enjoying this stage of their marriage and are viewing the bundle of joy and their vow renewal in Hawaii as a way to move forward and a fresh start nearly half a decade after their New York City wedding. Haley and Justin are looking forward to finally having a family of their own. They're excited to grow closer, learn together, and share this beautiful experience with each other, the source shared. They're soaking up this time and appreciating this moment with close friends and family on both sides. They continued, "This experience is very sacred to Haley and Justin, and they wanted to share the joy privately as a couple and within their intimate circle first, before telling the world and making the news public," the source shared. They believe that parenthood will elevate their relationship to an untouchable level and deepen their bond even more. They're looking at Haley's pregnancy as well as their vow renewal as a fresh start and a way to move forward. So it seems they're wanting to be in their love bubble and not let what people are interpreting about them get them down in any way. And as for Selena, relationship drama and the responses to it aside, she's had a pretty good week otherwise, with the way that the film that she's starring in, Amelia Perez, received a 9-minute standing ovation at Cannes this weekend, which, as of right now, Variety has reported, It has earned the biggest standing ovation this year so far at the festival. So that's how her week is shaping up, from it starting out with people kind of clowning her for Benny's interviews of kind of seeming like he didn't want to get married but very willing to have kids, and then the whole Justin and Haley and people thinking that she was kind of trying to prove something by posting an old picture of her and Benny. It's just a mess, and there's a lot of conversations going around, but I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know all of your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.